But now we'll move on to things in the news that by the time the episode airs will not be news, but hopefully our takes are interesting enough still. First, we have Disney once again pushes back all of its theatrical releases and has doubled down on the $30 premiere fee for watching new movies on Disney Plus beyond their already increasing subscription fee.
Absolutely insane.
Astonishing.
Craven.
I feel like they could... I mean, I guess they're going to get away with it anyway because they're Disney, but they'd be able to get away with this easier if Warner Brothers wasn't right over there going, hey, it's just comes with the service, guys.
Yeah, here's a movie that just came out. It's free if you have the service.
Yeah, and
they're just showing them up in every way possible.
Well, yeah, that's how we're going to be watching Godzilla vs. Kong, and that's why we did the episode on the Snyder Cut. It's out, and we were able to see it and talk about it.
Originally really wanted to rent a theater for that one just because I think it would be a cool experience to see that on the big screen, especially after such a long hiatus from the movie theater. However, it's a lot more expensive than I originally thought. It's hard to find a date to reserve a theater. I'm shocked. I guess people actually... I mean, that's probably just because people pre-order tickets and... so there's two people in your theater, you can't rent it out privately. But also, who's going to the movies at all right now?
Yeah. I don't want to meet them. I'd be frightened too. But this is so like, has this worked for Mulan or Raya? You're more plugged into this, Aaron. Have they been making any fucking money off of this $30 quote unquote premiere access?
I haven't seen any official data, except like certain companies that get analytics have been tracking stuff like this, and as far as those say, no, it hasn't worked at all. Mulan especially didn't really make anything. It made, of course, some amount of money, but like a theatrical release type of money, no. And they're clearly trying to structure it like, here's the theatrical window again, but on your television, and for $30 for a rental, but it doesn't seem to be going over well with anybody. It doesn't seem to actually get a significant amount of money. I don't really understand. Like, I could understand if they put a normal window of VOD window that a lot of other studios have been doing, which has been mostly pretty successful. Like, the $15 or $20 first month or whatever that a lot of people are doing has been doing pretty well for a lot of releases. But as been shown with HBO Max, even though that service allows the movies to be bought for free, a lot of them are still performing pretty well. For example, Tom and Jerry, which is free day and date, same time as the theatrical release, on HBO Max, made more money opening weekend and afterwards than Raya did.
Wow.
In theaters.
That's
wow.
That's insane.
Yeah.
I mean, I just don't know who's clamoring to spend $30 to watch a movie they've already seen before. Guys, if you're gonna put that price tag on it, maybe make something other than these awful soulless remakes of things people have seen before. Make something original.
As a counterpoint to that, I mean, the stuff coming out is all in regards to the upcoming stuff, and this is how many times have they pushed back Black Widow at this point? But Black Widow's the big one that people are talking about.
I just don't know how they didn't look at the analytics of, Tom and Jerry opened exactly what it would have pretty much otherwise, even though it's on HBO Max, because the people who want to go to the theaters in this they're gonna go. And it doesn't matter that they're releasing the movie for free. Disney should have done the exact same thing. I have no idea how they're doubling down on this. People have learned that it's necessary to have animated projects, and that they can be made differently and by different people, so that they don't interfere with your other stuff. So it's really stupid to not put stuff out. But then on the other end, for some reason, Disney just closed Blue Sky.
Yeah, they swallowed up 20th Century Fox. Well, I'm sorry, 20th Century Studios.
Yes, that's it.
I cannot believe how, like, tiny-brained that move is, because the name Fox came before the news network.
Yep.
It just,
Yeah.
It's not like the entire history of, like, so many classic films is attached to that studio name, and they just fucking whitewashed it for whose approval? I don't fucking know, man. It's not like anyone was like, I'm not going to go see Alien Covenant because it has Fox on the studio logo.
Television Fox is like a late 80s thing. There's decades and decades before that happened.
Yeah, the news, Fox News, as it is today, was not until way later.
Yeah, and the Fox TV network, it was way later. I mean, I guess it's just they're trying to avoid, like, brand confusion, I guess.
Oh, yeah, fucking right, man. Yeah, sure. Well, yeah, but that's the thing, is they're swallowing up everything so they can become bigger and bigger of a monopoly, and then they just get to throw out the stuff, and anyway, just they bought it for dominance, not because they wanted to continue.
They bought it to flex.
I mean, there was a full-on project that was like halfway through development at Blue Sky that's just completely ditched.
Nimona, slated to release 2022.
It was like an adaptation of a comic book from recent years, and that's completely gone.
Yeah, no, they were mostly complete, apparently, and now it's just a completely dead project because Disney randomly closed a studio, despite the fact that they're trying to create so much new content. Like,
for their streaming service that was recently launched.
Yeah, see, my cynical view of the future back when they bought Fox was that Blue Sky was just going to get moved solely to streaming content. Like, no theatrical films, no whatever, just like TV and like weird streaming movies that have like lower budgets. I thought that's where they were going to go with it because they already have 2 animation studios. But instead, they did an even more cynical thing and just closed them.
Well, isn't there like an Ice Age thing coming to Disney Plus? Was that part of the Investor Day, or am I misremembering?
I
believe
right.
there is a Ice Age thing.
Was it a show or was it a new? I mean,
I think it was a show. That's like the only thing that they're keeping is Ice Age.
Of course.
Which, of course, because it's the biggest property that Blue Sky had under it.
Yeah, I believe that wasn't being made by Blue Sky. I believe that was being produced by like one of their just general Disney TV division groups or whatever. Mm-hmm. I think that they honestly, like, this is cynical and alleged, but I think they intended to close it.
Alleged.
I'm not I'm not formally alleging any of things like this, but I think Disney, from the moment they bought Fox, were planning to close them down, and they just kind of rolled them out. Because the way that they structured this, they only had one ongoing project somehow. They didn't get put on any of the television stuff, even with their own properties. So like I think that from day one, it was like we're gonna shut these people down. We don't need a third animation group, which is terrible because like I still don't understand why they bought Fox.
It's like I said, it's to flex.
It is just flexing.
They saw competition, and they saw an avenue to take over that competition, and then they did.
They also get to expand the Disney Plus in other countries with the stuff from 20th Century, but not in America because you have to get Hulu separately. But yeah, it's just another notch in their belt that they get to...
It's amazing to think how far Disney as a company has fallen from grace, from being like one of the first pioneers in animation to giving us the live-action Lion King.
Well, yeah, the animation would have never gone where it went without them.
Yes. Now, while Disney didn't have as much of a massive childhood imprint on me, though some of the stuff did, like Walt fucking making the first ever feature-length animated film is like such a groundbreaker for the whole industry.